There you go. Have at it, sir.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Paul Corbeil, and with my colleague Sarah Hodnott, we'll be leading you through a demonstration of the Imis Cloud Enterprise today. Thanks to Reggie and all the folks at ASAE for this opportunity and for making these sessions happen. That said, our time is short, our excitement's high, so let's just jump right into the presentation. We are introducing to many of you two new Imis solutions today. Imis is a brand from Advanced Solutions International and is purpose-built for associations. We've added almost 200 new clients in the last 2 years, and now our 200 employees, hundreds of partners, 2,000 customers around the world. ASI is experienced and ready to go to work for you. So there are two new solutions. First, Imis Cloud Professional for less complex organizations. The key points: Imis Cloud Professional is an all-in-one solution that's affordable. Everything you need is in one place. An integrated shopping cart, e-commerce, events, classes, and continuing education, even the ability to deploy a new website using our templates with Rise and our content management system. Next is Imis Cloud Enterprise for those of you with more complex requirements that usually, but not always, means the largest associations. Our Microsoft Azure hosting sites provide the ultimate in data and threat security. Furthermore, Imis's transactional web pages will blend in to your existing website, allowing a member to have a seamless experience. Imis Cloud Enterprise is the hub of it all. And as you continue to use, for example, Marketo or HubSpot for advanced marketing, or Abstracts, or Ventry for your large international conferences, it all flows back to one place, one record of truth. You've been hearing talk about AMS Core here at the conference, and that's what Imis Cloud Enterprise is. An emerging definition of AMS Core is accounting, role-based views, your member view, your staff view, your chapter heads, the heads of your corporations, your volunteers, your board, and also CRM. So those three elements make up an AMS core, and that's what Imis Cloud Enterprise is. We hear from our new clients that the number one reason the last projects failed is that most AMS solutions cannot handle detailed exceptions and intricacies of your invoicing and billing requirements, dues while applying discounts based on size or complexity, coupon codes, volume discounts, selling products as bundles from multiple warehouses, taxation at the local, federal, state levels, VAT overseas and internationally, where to convert and when to recognize revenue or defer it. Accounting's hard. It's almost always doesn't get enough time in your evaluation process. We'd suggest that you spend less time on the CRM, which you'll find that every vendor here the next 2 days does well, and spend more time on the accounting. You'll be glad you did. One last thing before we jump into the actual presentation, we wanted to talk about the integration and the ability for Imis Cloud Enterprise to interoperate with other apps that you've got out there. So if you've got these other solutions, you may find them in our marketplace, which is where you'll see our best from the research that we've done and the popular extensions, job banks, LMS systems, Higher Logic, Informs, all of those things are in that place. But if you've got something that you need to integrate to that's not in that marketplace, then we have an integration with Zapier, which literally lets you have thousands of no-code integrations with Imis Cloud Enterprise. So it's just a matter of positioning it, saying, hey, I have Slack, or we have Marketo or HubSpot that I mentioned before. All of those things are supported in the Zapier marketplace, and we can connect to those with no codes. And then finally, there's going to be situations where you just need to connect to something that's not in anybody's cloud. It's not in anybody's store or universe. For instance, the National Realtors Association has a national product that they require all their states to connect with and operate with in real time. That's where you're going to need REST support and be able to do a custom integration. We support that too. So, we understand what it's like to be out there as an enterprise opportunity, and that's really where we're positioned to be able to help you do all of these things. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Sarah Hodnott, and Sarah is going to take us through the demonstration of Imis Cloud Enterprise. Sarah?
Great, thanks very much, Paul, and I am just going to share my screen, and hopefully everybody can see me now. So welcome to Imis, and I'm actually going to be taking you on a tour of Imis, first from the way that your members interact with your association, which is by looking through our public portal. And Imis is one of those solutions that has its own built-in website design. We want you to be able to have beautiful award-winning websites. And in addition to that, though, it's really our member portal that sort of drives your member engagement and how they interact with your organization on a day-to-day basis. So with that, what I want to do is just sort of pop in and sign in. And from the moment I sign in, you're going to see some of the really great features and highlights that Imis can bring, that Imis brings to your organization. Bear with me one second. I think I'm just going to turn off. Oh, there we go. So we land on a page that's really designed to drive engagement. This homepage, it has a mini sort of view of who I am to the organization. You can see that I'm actually connected to, as a primary employer is Versiton Canada, and I'm also affiliated with another organization and have administrative privileges with that. I'm also able to see important reminders. These are data-driven reminders that are really tied into the way that you want to drive your engagement, highlighting to somebody what they need to see. I see a reminder about an upcoming message. I see information about my certification and education program. I'm able to promote and highlight different marketing opportunities that are occurring in my organization. And here's where you can see some Imis community content. This is really driven through our own community tools like blogs and discussion forums. But if you're interested in sort of understanding who signed up for some more depth of community, then we also have the tools here to be able to connect into higher logic. All of your members get a My Account area, and this My Account area is designed to present to them the view of Imis that shows them everything you want them to be able to see. So full profile management, including that key important membership information. Imis started in membership world about 30 years ago, and that's really where we still excel today. So you've got all of the key contact information. You can display to somebody their participation, make all of their transactions, all of the reporting, any sort of statements or invoices can all be paid online as a part of what we offer inside of Imis. And most critically, we are able to highlight different types of membership programs that your organization may have, including offering the ability for those of you who are trade organizations to be able to register as an organization and grant those sort of extra privileges right away when you use Imis. We include all of the different options that you would need to do, and behind the scenes we've got different pricing and terms and options for paying through automatic payments. Chapter options are really, really powerful in Imis, giving your members the ability to participate in more than one chapter at one time, be able to head out on the road and still receive all of the benefits that we want them to see. Built into Imis is a purpose-driven memberships or event system that allows you to include virtualized event information for all of your members so that they're able to see what's going on, and regardless of the platform that you're using for your meetings, This join option is going to be available for the life of the meeting itself and will just disappear without your having to do anything extra to sort of turn it on and off. We also have the ability to be able to highlight different products and publications inside of Imis. These can be digital or physical publications. We always want to highlight for you the benefit that your membership brings, so pricing is very dynamic. And in fact, regardless of the area that you're looking at in Imis, everything that you're going to see, we're really recognizing who is signed in, what they should be seeing, what their recommended products are, and especially what kind of price and access to different content they should be able to see. Imis is as strong in the world of fundraising as it is in associations and event management. So here you're looking at just one of our donation pages with that campaign sort of progress built right in, and also the ability for recurring giving or tributes and whatever you'd want to see in there. Imis includes its own community tools that are going to allow you to host blogs, discussion forums, resource galleries, anything that you might want to have that is really there to drive your engagement. But in addition to that, also the ability to connect into other solutions like Higher Logic and their really great communication tool. And then Imis also has certification information. So we are able to manage initial certification programs and give everybody a view into where they are with the program as a whole. But in addition, give a very tailored view of a certification and the ability to be able to connect into a learning management system, to be able to incorporate examinations and different activities that might be going on there. So with that, what I want to do now is sort of sign out of my public facing area and take a look at the area where your contacts are going to be, or where all of you are going to live on a day-to-day basis. So I'm just going to switch to a different website and highlight some of the activities that can occur here. Imis is a platform. It's very, very flexible. We want you to be able to have access to everything that you need to in order to perform your job on a daily basis. Whenever we sign into Imis, we're always going to land on a dashboard. And this is an area where Imis has really been growing and changing lately to enhance and expand a lot of the reporting that we have built into Imis. We have an engagement scoring engine that is kind of listening silently in the background and watching everybody's participation and offering the ability to be able to kind of analyze where people are engaged, who may be at risk. I think we focus as much on not just where you are excelling and where you have growth opportunities, but where you may have some danger signs or danger areas, and you've got some people who are maybe starting to prelapse or to lapse. Built right into Imis is an email marketing engine. So we have our own tool. You are also, we don't want to pigeonhole you into having to use Imis. So if your team is most comfortable with MailChimp or Informs or another solution, then please know that you are more than welcome to use that as well. This is an example of what our emails can look like when you use Imis. And anytime you are sort of building a nice target list, you're pulling in from your dashboard all of the information that you need to personalize your message and also to create the target list that you can then examine and learn more about later. We have tools to then analyze all of that communication. And that includes sort of managing all of our different email marketing messages, as well as taking a look at additional tracking that's offered through emails that may bounce or anything of that nature. We've got all of the measures and metrics that you need to see to be able to determine which of your messages are hitting the mark and are being opened and where are your clicks happening. And if you use Imis campaign management tools as well, you're also able to embed source codes to track conversions for each of your marketing efforts as well, so that you can actually understand not only if somebody clicked your message, but did they Did they convert? Did they buy? Did they register? Did they do something else? So all of that is sort of really important and built right into Imis from the get-go. Imis includes membership features. These are rich and wide. We've been doing this for so long. You know, everything starts with having flexible billing products where you are able to highlight different pricing rules, different products that are tied in and offered for different types of members, flexible billing cycles with different terms that may be run for your members who want to renew monthly versus your members who want to renew annually or maybe 2 or 3 years in advance. We also have tools for fundraising, and those are going to include campaign management again, as well as overall fundraising dashboards. We've got moves management tools to help you manage a high-end and plan giving program with your various individual donors, or doing corporate and sponsorship with your company or institutional donors. Events is one of our favorite places in Imis, and always one of the areas where we are always trying to change and enhance what we are doing. This is an aggregate dashboard that's taking a look at all of our activities. We monitor what's happening to give you those key operational timelines and deadlines that you need to have. And in addition to that, we're also going to help you with understanding how each of your individual messages are performing. We work beautifully for nice small webinars. We use our tool ourselves, but in addition to that, we also have you know, the ability to manage dashboards, reporting, everything else that you might want to see inside of your event, and give you full transparency into all of the different activities that are going on. And anything that you might want to see as a report, we build it right into our dashboard. You've got full access into that as well. And then you can also take into account those key sort of budgeting operational dates for different activities that you need to take into account. So here you're looking at some planning information. What are our key dates? What are we working towards for marketing dates, where we have different budgets and forecasts that we want to keep track of, attach invoices, attach contracts into our event planning, so that next year we can seamlessly pull everything in and just update our really, really complex events and be able to update our information and rerun it in a really beautiful way. Imis also includes the ability for you, I'm just sort of pulling up a couple of records that I had pulled up from somewhere else. We have the ability for you to be able to create different types of profiles. The flexibility that's built into Imis is that everything is basically a web page and tied into who my member types are. In this case, I'm looking at an organization that's a healthcare network. And I see one profile, and you can analyze and put in the analysis that you want to see about how that particular parent member is performing. And then you can drill down and take a look at a completely different profile. So a completely different set of offerings analysis. In this case, we're looking at our engagement information and see that on a very unique basis for the hospital. And then also for an individual, when I take a look at, say, one of my key contacts in those units, then I'm able to see all of the details behind them, their primary affiliation, who they are employed by. And then off on the right, I'm also able to see different organizations that they're also affiliated with. So he's playing multiple roles in multiple organizations at one time. We see engagement information, upcoming reminders of different messages. We get to see all of the communication that's driven through Imis, including the ability to understand whether a message has been received, was it opened. And we also try to find a centralized location to pull in all of your additional contacts. If you've got Slack activity, HubSpot, Marketo, top class enrollment, activity going on in Higher Logic, we want it all in one place. And that's really deliberate on our part. We have incorporated a best of breed report writer called Exago, and it is offering the ability for you to do complex analysis. So when we take all of our different activity levels and combine it with our demographic data, we can sort of see that hospital executives, pharmacists, and registered nurses, they're all having a fairly different experience in terms of how many emails they receive and what are the outcomes from those emails. How many are driving your LMS enrollments? How many are driving webinar attendance? And how many are driving your conference attendance? And at the end of the day, that's why we're all here, is to understand where we are performing and how we can perform better. So that's really what Imis can bring to everything, is that ability to be able to give you access to your information and give you the insights that you need to see to understand where growth can occur, and then roll it into the tools like our marketing, engagement, one-to-one contact management, to make sure that your members are growing as you grow along with them. Commerce is where we can manage a variety of different products. Each of these products can be services oriented, or it can also be a product publication, digital, or with inventory attached behind it. We're going to manage the taxation, we're going to manage the receivables, we're going to manage the shipping for you, all of the handling charges based on the way that you organize your inventory and products as you want to sell them. As Paul mentioned, we have different types of promotions. Promotions can be applied through coupon codes, or they can be automatically applied to your members based on the kind of percentages that you want to give to them. This can include buy one, get one free. For your corporate sponsors, you can offer 10 free registrations for great events, and lots of opportunities there. Finance is the area in Imis where I think Imis has always been a really strong system. We want Imis to be your accounts receivable subledger. We want all of your revenue to come into Imis so that you've got the tracking that you need. We're going to help with the aging. You're going to have complete transparency down into the detailed transaction level to be able to manage all of that. We work with a payment gateway where we give you full transparency into all of your transactions as well, whether they are being done as recurring and pre-authorized payments, or they are being managed as one-off transactions. Everything goes through a tokenized server. We are PADSS validated, and so you can be rest assured that your data is going to be safe inside of Imis. And then everything that you need to be able to do, including, working with your general ledger package. So everything is very live and dynamic. We have incorporated a best of breed report writer tool, as I mentioned when I showed you that insights dashboard. Just want to give you a sense of how easy it is to work with. And what it's really designed to do is to make accessing an organization's data as easy as possible. So we're going to give you a host of different types of reports and activities that you can get started with. Includes barcoding, everything like that. But if you want to write your own reports, this is where everybody has access into the system, and can use our nice drag and drop reporting tool to be able to say, show me everybody's registration detail, and we're just going to make it super simple. There's their ID, their name, their organization, which event, and let's just take a look at our data live and inside of Imis. And as you do that, we're going to give you the tools to very simply and easily say, I'm going to group it, I'm going to sort it, I want to add in calculations, I want to be able to add in a chart and a diagram and be able to build everything as I go, and just sort of see how different types of charts and diagrams are going to impact what I'm looking at. This may not be the best example, but it's really that easy to just sort of turn around and play with everything and see where we get to. Now with that, I've kind of given you a very, very broad brushstroke of everything that Imis offers. And I want to make sure that I can turn this back to Andy and Paul so that they can take any questions that may have come up while I was presenting. Anything at all?
There were a few questions in the Q&A, but Andy's been pretty diligent behind the scenes answering those questions.
Yes.
Oh, they've taken care of it all. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a couple of minutes, so we can just review some of the questions that were asked. One of the questions was regarding the robustness of our fundraising functionality. I think Sarah touched on that very briefly. But one of the strengths of Imis is that we have a very, very complete functional fundraising modules to the system. We have many clients that are charities, and all they do is use Imis for their fundraising core for that. And so it's one of the areas where if you have a foundation as part of your organization, or if you have a heavy fundraising component to your operations, I think you'd find Imis to be, quite a comprehensive solution. Many different reports and things that are related to that kind of stuff. Another question that was raised was, how do we handle digital content, like, for example, PDFs and documentation that might be attached to a member's record or to an event or something like that, and where is it actually stored? And you have a couple of options. You can store digital content as part of the Imis database if it makes sense. We have the ability to attach and upload documents right into a member record, for example. Or if you have a high volume of content, or a large number of documents, we've integrated into many different document management systems, including things like SharePoint and other document management systems, where the data is stored outside of Imis and then pulled into the member's record seamlessly as part of the the member view for the information. And what else do we have here today? A discussion about the reporting engine that we showed. Yeah, we've recently embedded into Imis the Exago reporting engine, which Gartner recently surveyed as the #1 embedded BI tool on the marketplace. And there is a version of the product that is the core functionality that provides management of reports and functionalities and dashboards in Imis. And then there's an optional advanced version of the reporting engine if you want to get into more advanced reporting, creating your own dashboards, creating your own reports and things of that kind of nature, that enables additional functionality for that. It's a drag and drop tool. We're very excited about it because it really opens up the ability to do pretty significant business intelligence management going forward in the system, which is quite nice. And I think that was pretty much all the questions that we had so far. Paul, do you want to wrap it up?
A few more in there, Andy.
There's a few more, Andy.
I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. Yes, I was looking at the wrong tab here. Yeah. So a question about the integrations. We have a very, very robust REST API that was used to integrate into a wide variety of applications, with literally hundreds, if not thousands, of integrations that have been done using Imis tool in the past. And that includes dozens of popular tools like LMSs, marketing automation tools, email tools, things of that kind of nature. So if you have an integration to a particular tool that you fall in love with and you'd like to use, there'll be no issues about being able to integrate that and have that data pulled back into Imis to enable your ability to do your engagement scoring and your complete 360 view of the member data using whatever third-party tool you might have. We have actually, Paul mentioned our marketplace, where we have our preferred vendors in terms of the ones we believe provide the best experience, but then we also support a wide variety of other integrations through platforms like Microsoft Power BI or Automate and Zapier.
I think specifically for this question, at last count, there were about 18 LMSs that we'd integrate with. Again, it's very straightforward using our RESTful interface, which is a cloud standard way to do that. So
another question,
just tell us what you've got.
Another question was asked of what platform we're looking at. This is the Imis Cloud Enterprise version of our product that was demonstrated, which is the version that we target towards mid to large size organizations. And another question, can members gift membership sign subscriptions to other members? Sarah, maybe can you answer that question? You're a fundraising whiz.
Yeah, I wish I could say yes, but at this time it's on our backlog and we're hoping to incorporate it shortly, but it's not available yet.
Okay. And the question is, what happens if I decide to change to a new CMS? Well, it's built into Imis. Well, first off, Imis includes our own CMS that you can use if you like to manage your website information, your public website information. But if you're using a third-party CMS to manage things, you can simply embed the Imis pages into that particular website. For the member portal and other information. If you switch your CMS to a different platform for your CMS, you can easily switch over those pages as well into that. It's something which you don't have to do any major work to actually move from one platform to the other. If you're treating the Imis member portal that Sarah showed as your landing page, you can embed that into any CMS that you want to have to maintain the look and feel.
And that I might add that's a very typical way that people deploy Imis Cloud Enterprise is they use somebody else's CMS, and we've been able to connect to all varieties of different CMS systems out there. So that's really not a problem for us to be able to change.
Yeah, and we're just about running out of time for questions. We probably won't be able to get to all of them. So we will follow up with you individually after the session, and hopefully can answer your questions at that point in time.
All right, guys. Thank you for a very thorough demo. We really appreciate it. And there are a few more questions there. Feel free, Andy, to answer those in the Q&A while we bring the next presenter on, okay?
All right.
Thanks very much.
You, guys. Appreciate it.